today we'll be looking at either building your house or buying your house in Nigeria. So we are going to go to the streets. I'll ask some few people either they'll prefer buying a house or they will prefer building a house currently in Nigeria. So we have various things when considering either to buy a house or to build a house. So let's look at this. We have the location of the place. We have either your culture or your heritage. Then we have the cost. It's either the building is costly or it's cheaper for you to build. Would you rather buy a house or you prefer building a house by yourself?
That sounds crazy. I'll prefer building because of the material, most especially because I am the type of guy that likes comfort. From my bathroom to the living room, I'll try to build it myself, my own confidence. I think I'll like it that way. Yeah.
Okay, you love the privacy of building a house, right?
Yeah, I love my privacy and comfort over there. It's much better.
Have you ever been in a rented apartment before?
Yeah, I've been.
Is there any kind of a discomfort you feel?
There are so many discomfort I have faced because first of all, I'll say, okay, I was born and raised up in Nigeria. The most important comfort I have faced is getting water. A toilet is second comfort. So I would love to have my own thing, build my own thing so I can have my own comfort.
Okay. So I have another question for you. So assuming you want to build a house, then would you trust an engineer to do everything for you, or you give it to your family member?
I would prefer my family members, most especially my brothers, because I know the type they are. If given to an engineer, you might have some difficulties, some things you've not expected, but to a direct brother, like I have a replica, the one I look like, I think he's gonna give me the best I want. So I'd rather trust it to a brother.
Okay. So you're saying you're going to trust your building design to your brother. Then what if you come back and you discover maybe you want to build a duplex and you have spent over 50 million? Then you come back and discover the building has not even left the decking level. How are you going to feel? What would be your reaction?
And sometimes it depends on the nature of building you want to erect. Like for me, I like luxury life. Sometimes the foundation itself consumes a lot that it cannot give you up to what you want. So it all depends on what you want.
So please, what's your name?
My name is Clinton Eko.
Okay, so I have a few questions for you here to answer for me.
Okay.
So if you're considering owning a home in Nigeria currently, would you consider buying a house or you consider building a house for yourself?
Man, I will just buy me a house to avoid the stress of architects, landlord deals. All I want from a house is just comfort. So what will be my business going to be looking for an architect, looking for town planners, looking for this and that. So if I have the cash, it's just to buy me a house since I have the comfort. All I want from a house is comfort and a working environment. So once I have a comfortable and working environment in any house and I have the cash, I will just buy rather than going to build a house and undergoing all through the stress of buying cement, buying this, So I will consider just buying me a house since I can get comfort
From the house.
And it
Okay.
matches my taste.
Yeah.
So that's just it.
Okay. So, okay, if you're like living in a place like Lagos in
Yeah.
Banana Island, so is it that you're not going to prefer to own a house in your ancestral home where you're coming from, like from your village?
If wanting to have a house from my village, I'll consider building because why? Because building a house in the village, you will create opportunities, job opportunities for the villagers. So I will see that as my own contribution to where I come from. So in my village, the cost of building a house will not be as expensive as building a house or owning a house in Banana Island or Victoria Island in Lagos State. So in my village, I will consider to build a house rather than buying. But wherever, any other place in the world, I will buy me a house.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay,
that's the
okay.
difference. Yeah, my guy.
Okay. Thanks, bro, for your contribution on this. I think I like your point a lot. Then you're looking at the location actually.
Yeah, location
So
is
you're looking at the
my
location.
major concentration.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks for your contribution.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah.
Thanks, bro.
Yeah.
would rather build than buying. I don't know if it's just me, I will prefer I work with my own plan than working with some other person's plan. And then so I can fuse in my own aesthetics about building. So I will just build my own. But if there's no land at all, I will buy to save myself the stress. But I have to buy a house that matches with my own aesthetics when it comes to building.
Okay, so if the aesthetics is not there, you do not buy at all, you just build it directly.
Yes, just build it.
Thanks for your view on this topic. Okay, so we want to know what's your decision if you're going to be buying a house or you're going to be building a house, assuming you're outside the country and you're planning on coming back home. So what would be your decision on this?
Well, if I need a house when I'm outside the country, I think if I should buy a land, I prefer building by myself instead of going to purchase a house because it would be so expensive beyond what I expected. If I should build on my own, it will be favorable on my side.
So do you think so, sir?
That is what I say.
100%?
Yes.
So what if you're building a duplex and actually you have sent up to a 50 million back home for them to develop the property for you, and then when you are coming back home you discover that the building has not even left the decking level, how are you going to feel that?
Well, if I'm the one building it, I will supervise it. I'll make sure that they use that money very well so that I will see what I have paid.
So you're actually saying if you're going to be doing a project of that type, you're actually going to be coming back to supervise everything.
I will supervise it.
You finish.
Yes. Because in most cases, people who send money for buildings like that, they were disappointed and nothing was done. But if you mean business, you'll be there to supervise, to make sure that the whole thing is done according to your will.
Okay. So, sir, I have one more question for you. So, we have a place like Lagos and we have the Banana Island where most people in Nigeria prefer to stay. So, in that case, you're trying to own a house or a home. So, and then you have the money. Are you going to buy a house in that location or you still prefer to build your house in another location?
Well, I think money talks everything. You can buy land in that place and build your house wherever you want to build. As far as land is concerned, like myself, I have a free land from my parents, inherited.
That is ancestral.
I
right?
can't just go and buy a house which you have to buy together with the land. So I prefer building in my own land, which maybe if I am going to purchase it, is better than purchasing a house.
So let me say you're in Lagos currently, and then let me say you do not have a home in your hometown. Do you think it's good to have a home, like to build a house in your hometown?
Yes, exactly. That is what I always needed to do, required, and I'm trying to do that.
So that's you're saying that there's no place like home.
Yes, whether you go north, south, east, home is the best. So that's what I believe.
So you're saying we should always try to develop our
Yes,
properties in our
yes,
homes.
yes. That's the thing.
Thank you very much, sir, for your time today.
Yeah.
Thank you very
so
much.
much. God bless.
Good afternoon, sir. Please, what's your name?
Good afternoon, brother. Thanks a lot. My name is Emmanuel Daniel Olo. You can also call me Emmy Tiger. As people know me popularly.
Okay, we can call you Emmy Tiger. So brother, we have a question for you, and I'm thankful we saw you on the streets here. So I want to ask you this question, like concerning building and owning of a home, like would you rather buy a house or build your own house in Nigeria currently?
Okay, that's a very simple question to me. The answer to that question is I would rather like to build a house than buy. And I'll give very few reasons as to this answer. I'm the kind of person that would like to know the foundation of my building. I'm not attracted by the flashy structure. entire story about that structure. So I'm the type that would like to monitor even the foundation of my house, to the quality of materials that are used in building that. The purpose of this is for me to arrive at my own standard. Another aspect is certain structures may have some spiritual implications. For instance, there are houses that people sell because they had issues, either spiritual issues or legal issues with that house. And when you get in there, no matter the amount of money you buy, if you fall into that kind of proposal, you may regret. Scam may be involved, or you may be kept there to fight with some spiritual vibrations that you had no expectations of.
So that means it's like people who like actually bury people in their houses, then later sell it up. So is that kind of what you're talking about?
No. Everywhere in the world, even where we're standing right now, certain souls' lives may have been buried there. So that's not really what I mean. What I mean is some people build a house and they use a dirty money to build that house with an agreement with their gods, and because they can't keep up to this, they run out of that place trying to push the problem to somebody else. I'm just saying, I'm not saying it happens to
I understand you, bro. I understand you.
So trying to avoid that, I would like to monitor the plan of my house from the foundation to the roof, to make sure everything is what I bargained for, is what I paid for. As well as arriving at the standard of what I want. I don't want to destroy and rebuild or reconstruct. I want it to be exactly as I want it to be.
So I really appreciate your advice on the video also. So I want to ask you another question.
Go on.
Assuming you have a brother, would you rather prefer your brother to manage a project for you, or an engineer outside to manage a project for you?
Okay, both sides, there is nothing actually wrong. If you have a brother that you feel is specialized in this field that you want to embark into, well, that's cool. If you trust him enough, if you know that he delivers exactly what you want, go ahead. If you also want to use an external body, that's cool. But the most important thing is, whatever decision you come out with, make sure you have no regrets in the end. Like me, I would like to look out for a professional, somebody who is based in that, who specializes on that, who I know is of that standard to deliver what I've requested for. One very more important thing added to that is, most times we fail when we give people projects. We fail to inspect them ourselves. That's where you have lapses sometimes. People using a lesser quality of the materials you've requested for. So the aspect of also being there is very important, no matter how busy you are, so that implementation can go on smoothly.
So you on your own advice, you have to be there to monitor everything, that goes on, from foundation up to the finishing level.
Definitely. That's why it's a project. I know that privilege. I should be the boss. So nobody's going to chase me and say, I want to be here and see what you're doing. It's the time I created for the project, so I'm utilizing it.
Okay, thank you, bro. I appreciate everything you're saying in the video, and then thanks for doing it for
My man, take an apple, man.
Every night.